So I run a pen testing company because it's so much fun. You know, I started hacking back in the 1970s for the challenge, the seduction of adventure, and the pursuit of knowledge. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about, causing any sort of harm. I just loved solving the puzzle. I had this real passion for learning about technology, phones, pulling pranks, and this sort of thing. So after getting myself into a lot of trouble and years passing, the industry changed. The ARPANET became the internet, and now companies had a need for security testing. So naturally, I fell into this field of doing ethical hacking. And what a greater thing, it's almost like Pablo Escobar becoming a pharmacist. So I really run a pen testing company. It's really not about the money for me. It's more about the challenge, kind of, how I started out in this field and providing a great service to my clients of hopefully that my team is going to find all the security vulnerabilities that company has so the bad guys can't break in. What's my favorite pen test? Well, I have so many because I do pen testing all the time. It's like my second love. And most recently I did a pen test on a client, and what was unique about this pen test, it was the first time where I was able to exfiltrate their information, not by getting onto their computer systems and copying the information over the internet to some server in the cloud. I was actually able to steal their cloud. So clone their database servers, clone their Amazon instances in this particular case. So that was pretty eye-opening for me, because in this particular case, the activity went undetected because people have security software that run on their servers. They're security sensors that run on their network. But what about if you just steal their cloud and they just don't see it because it's invisible? Are there hacks that people have forgotten about? Absolutely. It's not that people have forgotten about it. I think it's more that people just simply don't know about it. Recently, I did 2 videos for KnowBe4, and what these videos were was demonstrating a hack called Ransom Cloud. And Ransom Cloud was created by a friend of mine, Chemo Alonso, with Telefonica back 2 years ago. But the average public had no idea it existed. So Ransom Cloud was demonstrating how ransomware was actually going to move to the cloud and going to affect things like your cloud-based email. So in this particular demonstration, I show how a hacker could do a phishing attack, gain control of your Outlook 365 account, and encrypt your email. And unless you pay the bad guy the ransom, you don't get your email back. Another cool demonstration that I showed recently, and this has been known in the security community for quite some time, is how to get around two-factor authentication by fooling the user. Because a lot of people think that two-factor authentication is the silver bullet to stop phishing attacks, when it really isn't, because I could still fool you, and even if you have two-factor authentication, get access to your account. How come you have a 100% success rate in pen tests when you're allowed to use social engineering? It's true. When I am allowed to use social engineering in scope of a pen test, our success rate since 2004, that's when I started this company, we've always gotten in. And that's because we could always find at least one person inside the company that's going to comply with our request. So unfortunately, we're not alone. So the criminals that use this type of social engineering tradecraft are also extremely successful in breaking into businesses and deploying ransomware. So that's why it's so important to take this attack vector of social engineering extremely serious and do something about it. Why are the users the weakest link? Because we still can't download a patch for stupidity from Microsoft. No, just kidding. All right, I'll answer that better. Why are the users the weakest link? Because they simply don't know. They're not expecting to be the victim of an attack. They might not know the types of scams that the bad guys use. Might not be familiar with security at all. They're familiar with whatever their daily job is. So it's really not being educated about social engineering tradecraft or how it works. What do I see for the next 5 years related to social engineering? Well, I don't see social engineering going away anytime soon. I think the bad guys are actually going to get better at this type of tradecraft. And what I mean by better is actually using machine learning or even artificial intelligence to pull off attacks in a more of an automated fashion so they could actually attack more victims, deploy more ransomware, deploy crypto mining software on victims' computers, and do all these nasty things. So I see that the bad guys are going to get better at doing these types of attacks using social engineering. So that's the reason we got to become better than them to detect them and to actually stop them in their tracks. So what's my vision for the KnowBe4 platform? My vision is to become the greatest platform to help our clients mitigate the risk of social engineering. And that involves our future projects with machine learning and artificial intelligence, and really helping our clients get the content they need, especially when it involves security awareness training, helping our clients have the best simulated attacks so they can inoculate their people, and using the best of breed technologies to help our clients do that and have great support. So I want KnowBe4 to be the #1 go-to company to help businesses protect themselves against the threat of social engineering. So there you go. Thank you for listening to my AMA. So I'm Kevin Mitnick, KnowBe4's Chief Hacking Officer, and all of you stay safe.